We have some good news coming from the state of Rhode Island. This is the Intercept reporting here. Rhode Island's General Assembly voted 59-11 to pass a bill on Tuesday guaranteeing sick days to over 100,000 workers, joining the state Senate, which passed the legislation along a 25-7 vote. The bill now goes to Governor Gina Raimondo, who is expected to sign it. The new law will guarantee workers at large firms 5 earned sick days by 2020. Workers at businesses with 17 or fewer employees will be allowed to have 3 unpaid sick days a year. Overall, around 90% of the state's workforce will have access to paid sick days. The passage of the law is the culmination of a year-long effort by the Rhode Island Earned Sick Days campaign, made up of more than a dozen groups, including the Service Employees International Union, Planned Parenthood of Southern New England, and the Working Families Party, an organization founded in New York that has since spread its issue, activism, and electoral work to many other states. So, this is great news, and it's also a good example of what can happen when people organize and they don't take no for an answer. If you organize and you keep pushing, at a certain point, they cannot deny you. They just can't. And history's proven this over and over, whether it's women's suffrage or whether it's ending segregation or whatever the cause may be. At first, they're going to say there's no way you're going to get it passed. And then they're going to go on to scold you. And eventually, when you win, they're going to turn around and say, oh, that was inevitable. So, paid sick days is one of these things where in the U.S., we just are relatively more screwed over. We're more screwed over when it comes to maternity leave. I believe the U.S. is one of 3 nations total that doesn't offer paid maternity leave by law. And I'm not just in this instance, I'm not even just talking about industrialized nations. The U.S. is one of 3 nations, period. I think the other 2 are Oman and Papua New Guinea. And the U.S. don't offer paid maternity leave by law. Every other nation on earth does. So we're getting totally screwed over on that front. Now, this is activism at the state level that's working. I would love to see it continue at the state level, but I'd also love to see it at the federal level. And this is one of the issues where Justice Democrats, brand new Congress, National Nurses United, Our Revolution, People for Bernie, Democratic Socialists of America, you go down the list, Green Party, all these different groups can fight for this stuff. And we can organize and unite around issues like this, and we will win. We're in the midst of doing that right now with Medicare for All, which is wonderful. And we're trying that with the People's Platform. And we just need to understand that there's power in numbers. And the only thing outside of donor money that can influence a politician is if enough people stand together and go, fuck you. You're going to do what we want or you're going to lose your job. They're going to keep doing the bidding of the donors until that very last minute when they really have that click in their brain where they go, look, I can't not vote for this. If I don't vote for this, I'm done. My career's done. And then they'll vote with you to save their ass. So this is a great job from activists. And here in Rhode Island, I say it like I'm there. In Rhode Island, they did a superb thing. And I just want to show you guys one more chart here. I want to give you a chart that, again, highlights just how screwed over we are on this front. So I've shown you this before. This shows paid vacation and paid holidays in OECD nations. So paid vacation and paid holidays. You can see, you go down the list there, France, United Kingdom, Austria, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Sweden, Portugal, Spain. You go down the list there and you can see the least you get is Canada with 19 paid holidays and paid vacation days total combined. Switzerland, 20, Netherlands, 20. That's the lowest that you see on that chart there, except if you look all the way on the right at the bottom, U.S., 0. Look at all the paid holidays and paid vacation days that these other countries get. The U.S. gets 0. I'm telling you, man, this is another thing. The politicians and corporate media does everything they can in their power to hide these facts from you. Whether it be, every other industrialized nation having single payer. Whether it be many industrialized nations having free college. Slovenia has free college. Whether it be, how strong unions are in some Scandinavian countries. Whether it be $18 an hour minimum wage in Australia. Like, these are facts that many Americans don't know, and it's not their fault. It's that it's hard to find this information because the media is supposed to be covering this stuff, and politicians who are supposed to be talking about this stuff, they're failing. I mean, Bernie does a good job, of course, but by and large, this information is hidden from us. And this is another chart. I just find it amazing. It blows my mind every time I look at it. It's almost like other nations, like they get kind of like a summer vacation. Kind of like we had in school through all those years. Like, oh, you get the summers off. Now, I'm sure summer vacation is longer than this. But it's like a mini summer vacation, And, obviously you don't have to take it in the summer, and it varies, of course. But, these countries, 25 days, paid holidays, paid vacation. Like, what? In the U.S., 0 paid vacation days by law. There you go, man. You think it's time to start pushing on these issues and working on these issues? I think it is.